I have a question for you today. How much mental bandwidth do you currently have in this moment? How much? You might even be thinking, Dr. Donna, I don't even know what mental bandwidth is. And that's okay, because I'm getting ready to tell you. Mental bandwidth is your brain's available capacity to process, prioritize, and perform. To process, prioritize, and perform. So how much mental bandwidth do you currently have to process, prioritize, and perform? You know what real leaders do with their mental bandwidth? They protect it, they train it, and most importantly, they don't waste it. So let's look at that. When your bandwidth is drained, what is draining it? Multitasking. Multitasking, because it's impossible for the brain to do. So you're splitting your attention, and this weakens neural efficiency. That's what it does. Decision fatigue. We talked about that too. So now you're depleting your prefrontal cortex reserves because you're making too many decisions. That means that other people are not making enough decisions. Negativity bias. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We are hardwired for negativity, and negativity activates the amygdala, and that hijacking starts, and man, that cortisol releases, and you can't focus on and that thing. And then unresolved emotional loops. So this overstimulates the insula and slows working memory down. And finally, digital overconsumption. Screen time. I'm almost 30 days in on no screen time. So digital overconsumption. And you know what that is? Manufactured dopamine. You're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and changing apps and streaming and streaming and streaming. And it overloads your attention circuits. That's when your bandwidth is drained. So I'm going to ask you again, how much mental bandwidth do you currently have? How much? How much mental bandwidth do you have to process, to prioritize, and to perform right now? Have no fear, Dr. Donna is here, because here is how you protect your mental bandwidth. Morning mental workouts. I'm live every day, and I have been live every day on YouTube since January 19th of 2025. So depending on when you're watching this video, it's a lot. It's hundreds of days. It's plenty of mental workouts there ready for you to protect your mental bandwidth. Now, you're also going to focus on breathing and the vagal tone activation. I am telling you, almost every day on lives, if you have not downloaded the breathing app, you need to do it. That's one of the primary ways that you can regulate your emotions. Calm that doggone left and right amygdala right on down. Time blocking and delegation. And we know that delegation is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. And I am always telling you, protect your boundaries. You are saying no 9 out of 10 times to unaccountable people because your time is the most valuable resource that you have because you can't get it back. Single tasking and reflective pauses. Single tasking means that you start a task, you finish that task. You start another task, you finish that task. You start another task and you finish that task, and you don't multitask. The Pomodoro effect works great. 10 to 25 minutes on a task, take a break for 5 to 10 minutes. 10 to 25 minutes on a task, take a break for 5 to 10 minutes. It works. And then finally, daily brain-based routines for your executive functions. That's why at the end of every live, I give you a brain bit. So there is something for you to do to strengthen your executive function. So now I've told you what happens when you have mental drain and you don't have the capacity to process anything. And then I've told you what you need to do to protect it. So here's a Dr. Donna reminder. You can't pour excellence from a brain running on fumes. You can't pour excellence from a brain running on fumes. Protect your bandwidth. Protect your mental bandwidth. It's not infinite. And if you just overconsume, if you try to multitask and you're trying to make decisions for everybody else, you don't have it for you. Your mental bandwidth is for you, not them, you. And it's time for you to protect it at all costs. Protect your mental bandwidth.